Guys, I've been M248 here. It's been a while since I've recorded more Josh-CCLP4. I'm just going to get right to it with a simple course. So we're now in the JCCLP2 portion of the set, and apparently, according to Josh, the three worst levels submitted are all in this portion. So we'll see how good, bad they are when we get there. But for now, simple course looks, well, very, very simple. Not exactly the most interesting, 'cause it's just running around to stations scattered around a big empty space. Oh, there's a green key over there. So yeah, I'm recording this on the 7th, which is right when my buffer of pre-recorded stuff ended. I've got the time today for a couple episodes. So hopefully I'll be recording about 3, because I know I don't have time for quite a bit longer. So yeah, simple course seems to be wrapping up. I mean, I've got 2 chips left after I get the green key. Or the chips behind the green. The chip behind the green locks. That was really hard to say, and I have no idea why. But anyway, that is simple course down. Moving on to Deesert Flowers, which I do remember because I've played this one before. There's a yellow key in the top, and there's a set of suction boots in the corner, and then you just run around and pick them all up. So it's another pretty straightforward level, but it's got really nice aesthetics with the first floors there. I wish they were used for more than just the chips, but you couldn't really do that with the suction boots. So I'll take what it is. Yeah, so the overall difficulty curve of Josh-CCLP4 is going to be all over the place, just because there's levels that originate from 5 different sets in here. So we're through the JCCLP group, in the JCCLP2 group, which will have variety and exploration, which uses the template from one of the create competitions. So yeah, collect all the chips by going through each room one at a time. Collect, that's a grammar error. Whatever. Be sure to explore whenever possible. So I'm just going to reset the time limit here because I feel like it. And get playing. But yeah, the difficulty curve is going to be all over the place just because, um, like, it's JCCLP, JCCLP2, Josh L4, Josh L5, Josh L6. And it's not even consistent between sets. What the difficulty is. It's not like each set gets successively harder. Each one gets harder as they go along. Okay, so there's a hidden wall there, and I have an extra block. I can't really do anything with that, so I'll push it to make sure there's nothing under it. So yeah, this is looks like a pretty straightforward variety level, like it said. So I'm just gonna go bridge over to the green lock. Why did I double tap there? I knew that wasn't right. Alright, let's deal with the glider section and stuff down here. Ooh, paramecium. Sneaky, sneaky. So yeah, as I've been trying to say before, I kept cutting myself off repeatedly. Distracted by the level, because this one's fun. um, the set, like Josh-CCLP4 as a whole, is not meant as a cohesive playing experience, because it essentially contains 5 different difficulty curves, which don't necessarily line up with each other. Because Josh L4 was specifically designed to be more difficult. So, right around the midpoint, it's going to get tougher. Okay, so that block will be used behind the bomb, and this is where we learn how to use a teleport. But yeah, Josh L4 is much tougher. Josh L5 is pretty simple. There's a lot more static focus stuff. Josh-CCL4 probably has the best overall curve. Okay, how am I going to get the section boots? Like that. um, Now, this is a really interesting use of the template, because I remember it was a really weirdly shaped template. But yeah, so it's going to be even more schizophrenic with the difficulty near the beginning, just because Josh-CCLP and Josh-CCLP4 were themselves composed of different sets. So this is really just about as much of a combination set as you could get, as you could possibly get. And I missed 2 chips somewhere. I hope I can still get those. I can. And that's variety and exploration. Now that was a fun one. So moving on to permanent contagion. Sorry, contamination. Why did I think that was Contagion? So I already know this level is cloning blobs. I swear, I mostly know the stuff from Josh-CCLP levels. I know a bit about the ones from 4, a little about the ones from 5, and not too much about the ones from 6. As far as I know, most of Josh-CCL5 and Josh-CCL6 are in this set. I know I've been told this, if it is or not. I just haven't checked because I don't have my notepad file up. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's a really weird one. I don't really get the point of that. Ooh, Box Town. I feel like I saw this in Josh-CCLP Rejects at one point. Anyway, none of the keys are required, but they can save you some time. Alright, I'm gonna not use any keys unless I, A, have one of that color, and B, am using it to avoid a lot of backtracking. See, that was really not worth doing, I think. So many blue and red keys. Like, seriously, are there any yellows in this level? Apparently, yes, there are yellows in this level. Alright, Box Town is interesting. There's got to be a green key somewhere at this rate. Oh, there's another blue. I kind of wish I knew which color key I was picking up when I pushed a block, but I guess in CC2 you would. And that would be one of the shortcomings of this CC1. That's not what I meant to do. So yeah, we'll just take a shortcut back out. Another blue or yellow key. There's a lot of those. Okay, so the exit's in the bottom left. Oh, there's the green key. I think I've dealt with all the green locks at this point, though. Yeah, oh, yep, there's a green key section, but it's really tiny. So I'm missing one singular chip somewhere in the level, and it's down here guarded by a green lock. Alright. So Boxtown was kind of fun. Not something I'd recommend for CCLP4, but it was not unenjoyable. At least I don't think I would. I might. I don't know. So anyway, against the block, which is just a block pushing level. I know I say just a block pushing level. So I'm going to try not to take too long on this. and use a couple block pushing shortcuts. I don't expect this route to be anywhere near optimal, but I expect it to be decent. So yeah, we're going to need 3 blocks down there and 1 more up here. Ooh, this one's a little more annoying to get out than the rest. Yeah, this route is so bad right now with this upper section. Alright, we'll grab 1 more block, drop it in, and then we'll get the 3 chips and deal with the socket section. I wonder if my keyboard can be heard. It probably can't because I don't have a loud keyboard, but I know, like if I hit forcefully, you probably can. Never really thought about that before. I know my old keyboard was really loud. So I don't want to cook the level by pushing the block onto the toggle button. I need this block to be able to reach the exit. And I'm not going to do anything really risky with this block. I tested in the editor, you can do a half weight and save 2 moves by getting in front of that, but it wouldn't have even gained me a second. I don't care. So, the upcoming attack. So this looks like a teeth level. Oh, what fun. So over 500 chips to collect, and I'm going to need to end on the right side. So I've carved out a little space to get the teeth stuck in. Now I'm going to go around and pick up as many chips as I can on the outside. Let's get those 3 because otherwise I might have a bit of a problem going on. Hope you like my chip collecting sound. So I'm guessing that pink ball is what's doing all the toggle controlling. And yeah, I've been picking up chips for pretty much a straight minute. So I wonder if all these chips are required. They probably are, which will make the final cleanup a little difficult. But we'll see if one... Yeah, they've got to all be required with the rectangle I left behind. Yeah.
Bummer.
I deserved that. I really did deserve that. I knew it was going to happen and I did it anyway. This level is so tedious. I know there's more tedious out there, but that a level exists that is more tedious does not make the current level any less tedious. Don't mind me, I'm just carving out a little thing for the teeth. So there's a little bin for the teeth to get caught in now, and hopefully this time I won't do anything really stupid and have to do this beginning part of just constant chip collection all over again. Now, I've got nothing against levels where you just go around and collect things. I have nothing against rooms where you collect a lot of chips. I do have a small problem when it's this large, like, and this many. I know the whole point is avoiding the teeth, but the problem with it is that it is teeth, and you can just outwit them so easily until there's about 50 chips left, and then you just have to deal with them at the very end with only the, like, you only have to deal with the risk of death at the very end of the level. I'm not sure how else this design could have been done. I think it's just an inherently flawed idea in that there's going to be a lot of this running around. There's not really any way to avoid that. Alright, so we got most of the teeth there, and so I'm going to wait here. And hopefully no more coming up this way. Outwitted anyway. Okay, so that's all the chips. Now I just have to do a victim style run around to get the blue keys. Thankfully there's enough lead room to be able to do so easily. There's no teeth from behind. Now I just have to... No, I want to lure them all around this corner. See? I was right to not go around the other way. I would have been trapped by those two. Yeah, even though it was just to the exit, I didn't want to die again. So moving on, European Volleyball. The teeth will serve, it's with an E. It's clone fireballs to deflect it back to the toggle button. Under that block is the exit. Okay. There's no penalty to repeatedly spamming. So I'm just going to completely ignore the gimmick of this level because I'm not very good at timing these. Alright, so odd step. Rather than wait, let's just make the teeth move first. Or move faster. So this will deflect the pink ball. And we'll see if I deflect it again. If not, I'll have to wait one between volleys. And I don't. So as long as I keep moving, I can't lose. That's so dumb. Like, it's not a bad concept, but there's no limit to how many times you can do this. Yeah, now I just kick the flippers and finish. So, like, that's it. Yeah, European Volleyball done. Ice in a blender. I renamed one of my submissions this. Not knowing Josh had made a level with this title. So we're just going to go around with the skates, trying to not get killed by a ball while jumping from recessed wall to recessed wall. Probably could have skipped that one, but I'm not risking it. Looks like we're going to have an ice maze of sorts on the inside with more recessed walls. Okay, I know I said I wasn't risking it, but I knew I could make it through that one because I've gone that far on other walls. Okay, we've made it inside. So yeah, avoid all the pop-up walls until the end. Keep in mind what route you will be taking with them as well. Oh, fun. I can tell there's some places where I won't be able to see the direction I need to go. I'm not sure what direction through this path I'm going to be taking. Okay, so after that, up. Okay, so it's up and then left, and then I can see left, and then I can see that it will be down. Okay, so it looks like everywhere see, this one's going to be an important one to remember to go right on. Because you can't see the trap. So I'm missing one chip, probably in the center or the top right. Or it's the center right, that works too. Alright, let's not screw this up. I'm not going to worry about boosting through this. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that. Ice in a blender complete. Moving on to Earthquake Disaster. So this looks like an early precursor to Zabriskie Point. So you can only use the teleporter to enter the earthquake. Watch out for aftershocks. So this looks like just a bug melee level. Nothing too complicated. Just not my strengths play to. I'm good at puzzle solving, not monster dodging. And before you point to some random level I've optimized a route for, no, that doesn't count. That's not dodging. That's completely predictable.
Bummer.
See, right there. Even that was predictable, and I screwed it up. I know bugs in Paramecium are 100% predictable, but their method of movement is so hard to accurately predict. I didn't deserve to survive that. Like, bugs especially so, because fire. So I'm gonna hope that was everything from that part. And to get you circling. So there's fire boots in the top right corner of the level. So now we're on the inside, and now we have a bit of a blue wall section. Yeah, this really does remind me of Josh-CCLP4's Zabriskie Point. I mean, that's the order of the consonants and vowels. Like, I honestly don't remember the spelling of that level. But, okay, so I missed a tip in the bottom left this time. Like, just what the, oh, no, can't step there. Just what tiles are used for this design. Of course, I can't push that block. I really would have liked to have been able to. Like, that would have been a really cool touch. Yeah, I'm gonna assume they're all either cloners or on traps. So this should take me back to the first room. Except for that one with the socket. So it looks like this room's mostly stabilized. I want to let you loose. Alright, let's go get the fire boots because I will need those to finish. Then we'll go back to the inside and clear out the required dirt and blue walls. Okay, with fire, I can now treat fire like gravel. And more importantly, I can take a shortcut across the middle. So with that clear, that's not a wall, so gotta be careful to not die here. It's not... Okay, so let's just send you guys over there. And earthquake disaster solved. Moving on, 25 squares. Making some good progress, but that's to be expected when the levels just got quite a lot easier. So this reminds me of the cell levels and just any of the other many matrix levels that exist. Let me guess. That one? No? Let me guess. That one? Was it the first one? It was seriously that one. So I'm going to assume that, yep. Assuming these were the room that I'd already dealt with. Okay, so I'm going to need a clone button. Okay, so this room has invisible walls. There's a clone button. No? It's a cloner? So I'm going to need skates. Let's get flippers because it's flippers. Let's get a whole bunch of keys. Hopefully I don't get punished for it. So this looks like it's going to be the main item swapping room of the level. Ooh, the glider is going to try to follow me regardless of which lock I take.
Bummer.
Like I said, dodging is not my strong suit. I'm actually kind of annoyed at myself for that death, though. That one should not have happened. Alright, so let's deal with the dodging bit really early on, then. Oh, and there's a blob, too. Because, of course, there is. Did not deserve to survive that. Okay, so there's the exit down in the bottom center. This button is connected to a glider cloning machine. Let's push it once. 99% sure this trap is open. It is. Let's put the blocks back on the trap buttons and just essentially redo everything we just did. Yeah, that was entirely my fault. Nope. Okay, I started at what, level 69 today? So I'm already at 79. Oh, should have died there, but I'll take not dying there. So toggle button is only hit once I have all the chips. Ooh, skates. Can I do anything with that yet? Nope. Okay. So I still have the thin wall maze room. Yeah, seeing as I got through, what, like 11 levels no, I got through 10 in 3. So this bothers me because I don't know how to get that. Like, I really don't know how to... Yes, I do. What do I have that I didn't have before? Skates. What was over here? A red button. I don't like that I have to keep going through those key rooms repeatedly. But with this kind of layout, you kind of have to do something weird. Or not necessarily weird, but annoying to get around through. So I'm even going to keep my boots. I... Toggle button, suction boots. And then just a quick walk to the exit. In the bottom right, or bottom center. Yeah. Alright. Okay, Heartstopper is a short level, so I'll play that one too. I'm only playing this now because I know it's a really short level. And if the next one's short, I guess I'll play that too, but I don't think it is.
Bummer.
That was careless of me. Yeah, really, really not a difficult level at all. Even with the death, I spent less than a minute on it. Okay, Reversal Zone's quick too. And I've actually looked at this level before, so I know how it works. You have to set up a partial post. But the cool thing is, you actually don't need these spaces. And I'm going to see if I can remember how to do this. Which one did I open up? Okay. So by just being clever with teleport usage, who needs a toggle button? I don't. Yeah, you do not need the toggle button in order to beat this level, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, and Inner Rings is a longer level, and it's also a very fun level, and it is what I will pick up on in the next video. I'm just going to end it now without trying to go into a longer outro, because I'm really, really bad at outros. So yeah, that's part 11. Bye.